You do not realize the power you have as a man to become literally unrecognizable every 6 months of your life. So many guys underestimate what they can do. They think transforming themselves takes years, and it's actually very unachievable because they're not disciplined enough, or they don't actually have the tools or the right environment. But the truth is, every single one of you can literally change not only the way you look, the way you view yourself, and the energy you give off, and your impact on the world in 6 months, and you can keep making this evolution to improve. As men, you need to understand our prime is in our late 20s. That is really when you start getting a little bit of motion. You start getting a little bit more mature, and you can really start taking strides for progress. And the man you're going to become by the time you're 35, if you truly start making this change and becoming unrecognizable every 6 months, is insane. And I've really started to hit this stride in my personal life over the last year or so. And every 6 months, I'll see someone that maybe I haven't seen in a year or 6 months, and they can't believe the difference. And this isn't to be braggadocious, because this is just telling you that I have realized this in myself, and I want to teach you guys exactly how to do it. And there's 3 main components here: your body, the way you look, your attractiveness, the way you take care of yourself, but your energy. And this is the most important one, and we're going to get into that. If you fully commit to this process for 6 months and you keep making new goals for yourself, you will not only look different, but you will become a different person. You will become an evolved version of yourself, and that's what life is all about. It's all about progressing and chasing down your full potential, even if it's not achievable, and that's the best part. So let's get into it. Number 1, we need to talk about your physique. 6 months is a really long time. If you have 50 pounds of fat to lose, you can lose it in 6 months and get to 10% body fat. In 6 months, you can build a substantial amount of muscle. In 6 months, you can add 20, 30 pounds to a lift, and the physique changes you will see are incredible. But one thing you need to realize when you are chasing down these goals, especially in the gym, this is not about trying to get a PR every single week or starving yourself to make sure the process or the results come faster. It's actually the complete opposite. It's about being precise and looking at things long term. Yes, in 6 months, we're going to become unrecognizable, but we need to look at this on a longer time frame. Where are we going to be in 2 years? Where are we going to be in 5 years? This is how you actually see results. It's not by doing crash diets. It's not by going to the gym and trying to hit 1 rep maxes every single time. It's about changing your habits on a daily basis, and these wins will compound, and you will see small amounts of results in a month, 3 months, but by 6 months you will be a different person physically. And the best thing I can give you in terms of advice for changing your physique drastically in 6 months is number 1, train with intense and intensity. I talk about this all the time on my channel because it is the 2 most important principles for actually seeing results in the gym. Every single muscle group you hit, every single rep, you should feel the intended muscle. And you should be training every single set until your muscle can no longer contract or stretch. That is failure, muscular failure, not systemic failure where your body can no longer move the weight. And that's where 99% of guys go wrong when they're training. They train to failure, but in reality, they're using every other muscle group rather than, for example, their chest when they're benching, use their shoulders and triceps. You need to train consistently. It does not matter if you train twice a week or 6 times a week. You need to go to the gym consistently and have a routine, a habit that you build over time that you want to stick to. If you work 16-hour days, and you work in an oil field and you barely have any free time, going to the gym 7 days a week does not make sense for you. You need to be realistic. You need to audit your lifestyle and make sure working out fits into it so it improves it. Consistency is where you're going to see results. You're putting pennies in the piggy bank rather than trying to smash open the piggy bank every single week, because there's going to be no money in it because you haven't stacked any wins. Routine creates progress because building muscle takes time. Losing fat takes time. It's not even about the calorie deficit on the day. It's the calorie deficit over a month, on a week, in 3 months. How much of a calorie deficit can we basically secure? How many consistent sessions where we make very minor improvements, we add a rep, we have better control, we feel more tension on the right muscle. This is how you improve over time. So my best advice for you when you are trying to change your physique drastically in 6 months, have a very clear defined goal of where you're trying to get to, and do the things you know you need to do on a daily basis, but do not want the physique. And it sounds counterintuitive, but if you let go of the desire, you realize that things in life, the less you try to hold on to them, grasp them, try get them, the easier they become, the more it flows. You create less friction with what you want. Because the more you hold on to it, you're going to overdo things. You're going to train too much. You're going to diet too hard, and you're going to end up setting yourself back months. Doing more, especially when you're training and dieting, does not get you more results. Next, we're going to be talking about becoming more attractive, having a handsome face. And the truth is, so many guys make the mistake of trying to chase looks maxing, products, skincare routines. And yeah, some of these things may help slightly, but what's really going to change your appearance is your lifestyle, the things you do on a daily basis. You need to make your life that of someone that has an aesthetic life. And what I mean by an aesthetic life is you need to sleep better. Not necessarily sleep more, but you need to sleep better, have deeper, more intentional sleep. This is going to cause less inflammation, less cortisol, basically meaning you're going to hold less water, your face is going to be leaner, your skin is going to be 10 times healthier. And if you fix your nutrition, which goes back to the first one, this is going to help you the most. This is going to make your skin glow naturally without having to use all these products, spending hundreds of dollars on beauty products. You're not a woman, all right, fellas? You need to get your life in check, and your face, your energy, the way you look, your skin, your health will follow. The thing is, you cannot control all the factors that cause stress in your life, but what you can do is control how you respond to the stress. Is this dire? Do you really need to be stressed out in this situation? This is something I've learned drastically over my experience over the last 14 months of moving across the world, starting a business, putting myself in all types of different situations where I have every right to be stressed out. Shit has hit the fan. I have no clue what I'm doing. I've never been in a position like this, but I have two choices. I can either be stressed out, which doesn't help at all. It's not going to help me solve the issue, or I can laugh about it and try to figure out the best I can. And in reality, what is the worst that's going to happen? You need to change your mindset. And the more you do this, the more attractive you're going to be. And this is more than just the way you look. It's also how you feel and the energy you put out to the world. And this is going to make a greater difference into how handsome you are than any type of looks maxing or skincare routine. The truth is, the people that are the most aesthetic or the most attractive, they don't chase it. Same with the physique. You don't chase it. You live a life in accordance to that goal, and you will become it. You will embody it. And that is really how you make the significant changes. Now, thirdly, we're talking about energy. How do we get unlimited energy? Well, it doesn't come from smashing coffees, even though that's exactly what I'm doing right now. That's just a little added bonus. It doesn't come from supplements. It comes from living with alignment. Your body is on the right trajectory. You are training as hard as you can. You are emptying the clip. Your nutrition is good. You are giving your body correct fuel, not processed food, whole foods from good sources that make your skin healthier. And your mind is quiet and stress-free. This is how you get unlimited energy. It's about not having doubt or hesitation in your mind. It's about truly believing you are the version of yourself you're trying to become and acting on that every single day in accordance with that version. This is where energy comes from. It's from having purpose, a greater goal, and actually acting on it, because it's all about momentum, and it's a snowball effect. Once you start seeing a little bit of results, you're never going to want to go back. And this is when you stop acting like life is about survival and you start creating your dream reality. You start living the way you want to. You start doing things that you want. You start taking risks that are calculated, that have a massive upside. But if you take that risk and you believe in yourself, it's almost inevitable that it's going to work out. And if it doesn't, it's a great lesson, and then you bounce back and do it again. And you succeed. But having unlimited energy is all about getting the first two things in check. Your stress and your body, your nutrition. Get those things in check, and you will wake up every single day with drive and vigor. But you also need purpose in your life. And that's why I say in my videos, you need to make the physique just a stepping stone. It is not the end goal. We need to look way beyond that and really figure out what our purpose is in this world. What impact can we have? How can we help others? How can I provide better for my family and my loved ones? What can I do on a daily basis to work me towards that? There's nothing more draining to your energy than being stressed out, being anxious, caring too much about so many things. You need to only focus on your progression as a man, becoming the best version of yourself, and the things you can actually control. You need to let go of everything else, politics, immigration, all of these things. And if it's something that's truly affecting your life, you need to change your environment. You need to change where you're at, or you need to solve the problem. We are not here to complain. We are not even here to get stressed. You need to just be a problem-solving machine, and you'll realize your life will improve tenfold, just your quality of life and your appreciation for what you have. But you need to realize all of these things, changing the physique, changing your attractiveness, becoming more handsome, better energy, is not even about the vanity aspect. It's about who you become, the character you build along the way. And this is truly where all the benefit is. And what really happens here is you learn to trust yourself. You learn to trust your ability to make change. You learn to trust your future self to be able to solve problems. You trust in your ability to survive, to actually make change in the real world. And that's what we are trying to build here, that identity shift into actually having some self-belief, because the physique is a stepping stone to that. So is becoming more attractive, and so is having unlimited energy, and they all work together as one, the holy trinity, you could call it. And 6 months is truly all it takes to see drastic changes in this life. And it is inevitable if you do the things and you actually commit yourself to changing your habits, changing the man you view yourself as, and letting your old self die. This is where life truly starts opening doors for you that you didn't know existed before. And this isn't because you're switching up on your day ones, becoming a new person. This is you just finally living up to your full potential and becoming the best version of yourself. And the world will treat you in that way. And you guys need to understand that your physique is the foundation, the lowest hanging fruit, the easiest way to access this type of benefit and energy. And if you guys want to expedite that process, you want to get in shape over the next 6 months, you want to completely change the trajectory of your life, start building that self-belief and success in every single area, book a call me down below. We'll talk about where you're currently at, where you're trying to get to, audit your lifestyle, fix your habits, and make sure you build that lean aesthetic physique.